That lipstick that makes you feel powerful. That cream that promises to erase time. That filter that gives you perfect skin with a single click. The beauty industry sells more than products. It sells a promise. The promise that you can be more beautiful, more youthful, more desirable, more ... happy. It's a multi-trillion-dollar industry built on a dream. But what if, to build that dream, it first has to sell you a nightmare? What if the foundation of this empire isn't empowerment, but insecurity? That its products can contain toxic secrets, its practices exploit the vulnerable, and its psychology is designed to keep you in a vicious cycle of dissatisfaction. Today, we're not talking about makeup tutorials. We are exposing the dark side of the beauty industry. Prepare yourself, because the truth behind your reflection in the mirror is far less beautiful than you imagine. To understand the dark side, we must first understand the business model. The beauty industry doesn't profit when you feel good about yourself. It profits when you feel inadequate. The engine of this industry is the creation of problems you never knew you had, only to then sell you the solution in a jar. Think about it. Visible pores, expression lines, frizzy hair, cellulite, eyelashes that aren't long enough. These are not human flaws. They are normal human characteristics that have been pathologized, turned into defects that need to be fixed. Advertising is the primary weapon in this psychological war. Models with skin digitally retouched to perfection. Influencers using filters that alter their facial structure. They all create a standard of beauty that is not just unrealistic. It is literally unattainable. They are not selling a product. They are selling an impossible ideal, ensuring that you are always chasing something you can never catch. Buying the next product in the hope that this time it will work. But psychological manipulation is just the beginning. Let's talk about what's actually inside those bottles. The cosmetics industry is notoriously underregulated in many parts of the world. Terms like natural, dermatologist-tested, or hypoallergenic are largely marketing terms with no strict legal definition. This allows companies to fill their products with a roster of controversial ingredients. Phthalates, used to make fragrances last longer, are endocrine disruptors linked to reproductive issues. Parabens, used as preservatives, have been associated with hormonal imbalances. Formaldehyde, a known carcinogen, is still found in some hair and nail products. And lead, a neurotoxic heavy metal, still appears in trace amounts in many lipsticks. You may be buying a product to care for your skin, but in reality, you could be applying a chemical cocktail with potential long-term risks. And where do some of the miracle ingredients come from? The search for cheap and exotic raw materials leads us to one of the industry's dirtiest secrets: human and environmental exploitation. Mica, the mineral that gives your eyeshadows and highlighters that shimmery glow, is often extracted from illegal mines in countries like India and Madagascar using child labor. Children, some as young as 5, work in dangerous, unstable tunnels for a pittance so that we can have a little sparkle on our faces. Palm oil, a ubiquitous ingredient in soaps, lotions, and lipsticks, is a primary driver of mass deforestation in Southeast Asia, destroying the habitat of endangered species like orangutans. Your beauty routine may have a carbon footprint and a human cost that brands work very hard to hide. Another dark practice that has haunted the industry for decades is animal testing. Although many countries are now banning this practice, it is still a reality in many parts of the world. Rabbits, guinea pigs, and mice are subjected to painful and cruel tests. Substances are dripped into their eyes, applied to their shaved skin, and they are forced to ingest ingredients to test for toxicity, all in the name of our safety. The rise of the cruelty-free movement is a direct response to this brutality, but navigating this world is complicated. Many brands claim to be cruelty-free, but are owned by parent companies that still test on animals. Or they sell their products in countries where testing is required by law, like China. The bunny logo on the packaging doesn't always tell the whole story. And the industry doesn't just exploit animals and workers. It exploits science itself. Science washing is the practice of using pseudo-scientific language to make products seem more effective than they really are. Terms like bioactive peptide complex, microsphere technology, or plant stem cell infusion sound impressive, but they often lack robust, independent clinical studies to prove their efficacy. Most anti-aging creams, for example, work primarily as moisturizers, which temporarily plump up fine lines, giving the illusion of younger skin. The science they sell is often just marketing disguised as research, designed to justify exorbitant prices for what are, most of the time, basic ingredients. The rise of social media has amplified the dark side of beauty to an unprecedented level. Instagram and TikTok filters have created a new form of body dysmorphia, Snapchat dysmorphia, where people feel so disconnected from their real appearance that they seek plastic surgery to look like their filtered selves. The culture of beauty influencers has also created an environment of distrust. Many promote products not because they genuinely believe in them, but because they have received huge payments to do so, often without clearly disclosing that it is an advertisement. The recommendation that seems authentic and from a friend is, in fact, a carefully scripted ad. The line between genuine opinion and paid promotion has become dangerously blurred. The truth behind the beauty industry is that it is a double-edged sword. It can be a source of creativity, self-expression, and fun. But it can also be a predatory system that profits from our insecurity, exploits the most vulnerable, and sells us a version of perfection that is toxic, both literally and metaphorically. True empowerment doesn't come from a bottle or a filter. It comes from knowledge. It comes from questioning what we are buying, where it comes from, and why we are buying it. It comes from understanding that beauty is not a standard to be achieved, but a quality to be recognized in our own unique and imperfect humanity. The greatest rebellion against the dark side of the beauty industry is, quite simply, to learn to be comfortable in your own skin, without the need for correction. What was the most shocking fact you learned about the beauty industry? And what is your opinion on its impact on our society? Leave your thoughts in the comments. This is a debate we all need to have. And if you believe it's important to expose the truths behind major industries, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, because there are many more secrets waiting to be revealed. Until next time.